Has this ever happened to you? You're sitting across from him, perhaps in the hushed intimacy of a quiet cafe or the comfortable sprawl of his living room, and a silence descends. Not the easy, comfortable silence of two souls content in their mutual presence, but a weighted stillness, thick with unspoken questions and a subtle, almost imperceptible tension. In that moment, a flicker of anxiety may cross your mind. You feel the almost irresistible urge to fill the void, to talk, to ask, to analyze, to break the spell. Because in this modern age, we have been conditioned to fear the vacuum, to believe that a pause is a problem, a signal of a dying connection. But what if that silence is not a void at all? What if it's a mirror, a profound, alchemical tool for the woman who has done her shadow work, who understands the power of her own stillness? This is not a script for manipulation. It's an exploration of truth. It's about a woman who stands in her own center, unmoving and unafraid, forcing the chaotic projections of another's unconscious to reveal themselves. Most women, unknowingly, operate from a place of reactive energy. We respond to the man's chase, his grand gestures, his sudden disappearances, his half-hearted promises. We become the echo of his intentions, not the source of our own. This is the realm of the ego, the fragile self-image that seeks external validation. It's the little girl within who fears abandonment and believes that her worth is tied to a man's attention. But the woman who has begun her journey of individuation knows better. She has faced her own shadow, the parts of her that crave approval, that fear being alone, that have been wounded by past betrayals. She understands that the man's behavior is often just a symptom of his own internal landscape, a projection of his fears and unhealed wounds. His grand, sweeping words of love and commitment can be just as empty as his sudden silences, both serving as a defense against true emotional intimacy. When you refuse to fill the silence, you deny him the very distraction he is likely seeking. You are not a stage for his performance. You are the quiet, unwavering force of nature that exposes the shallow artifice. This is the Stoic principle in action, the discipline of perception, the ability to observe without judgment or emotional reactivity. The Stoics understood that true power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering one's inner state. Seneca wrote of the value of solitude and self-reflection, a state of being that is mirrored in this deliberate silence. You are not waiting for him to speak, you are holding space for his truth to emerge. You are the still lake into which he must finally gaze, seeing his own reflection not as he wishes it to be, but as it truly is. And what is he seeing? He is seeing the powerful, self-possessed woman who does not need his words to feel whole. He is seeing the reflection of his own unresolved male unconscious, the part of him that fears vulnerability, that has been taught to chase and conquer rather than connect and cherish. His ego, confronted with your powerful stillness, has only two choices: to retreat in a flow of excuses and rationalizations, proving his intentions were shallow from the start, or to finally, painstakingly, begin to shed its armor and reveal what lies beneath. This is the profound work of a woman who has found her center. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not demand, she receives. She does not manipulate, she simply is. Her silence is not a test, it is an invitation for him to show up fully or to show himself out. It is the crucible where his true character is forged or revealed to be hollow. In the face of your stillness, his unconscious, long operating in the shadows, begins to stir. The quiet, unyielding power you radiate becomes a source of profound unease for him if his intentions are not pure. This is where you witness the dance of his ego. The man who is merely projecting a fantasy of partnership will find the silence unbearable. He will likely retreat, perhaps with a sudden vague excuse, or a flurry of texts that attempt to re-establish control and distract from the emotional intensity of the moment. He might accuse you of being distant or cold, because his defense mechanism is to project his own emotional unavailability onto you. He is accustomed to a woman who will chase, who will fill the space he leaves, and your refusal to do so is a fundamental disruption to his ingrained patterns. He is not seeing you, he is seeing the mirror of his own emptiness, and it terrifies him. This is the man who is a tourist in the landscape of your soul, not a true inhabitant. He wants the view without the journey, the prize without the effort. But the silence also serves as a gateway for the man whose unconscious, is ready to meet yours. For him, your stillness is not an accusation, but an invitation. It is the subtle, powerful signal that you are not a girl to be impressed, but a woman to be truly seen. He will not rush to fill the void. He will sit with it, perhaps feeling a new kind of respect, a recognition of your deep self-possession. The anxiety he might feel at first is not a fear of you, but a fear of his own vulnerability, a fear he is now being invited to confront. This is the moment when the archetypal male unconscious, the one that seeks depth and a true partner for the journey of individuation, begins to reveal itself. He will choose to lean in, not with empty words, but with a deeper, more genuine gesture. He might reach out to hold your hand, or offer a simple, authentic statement that speaks to a deeper truth. He might not have the words, but his actions will speak of a desire to connect on a level beyond superficiality. The great Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, wrote about the importance of being unbothered by external events, of maintaining one's inner citadel. This is what you are doing. You are not waiting on a man's behavior to determine your worth. You are centered in your own being, a sovereign entity. This practice of silence is not about testing a man. It is about testing your own resolve. Can you sit with the discomfort of the unknown? Can you trust your intuition when it tells you something is not right, even if the words say otherwise? The woman who can do this has transcended the need for external validation. Her self-worth is not a flickering flame dependent on the wind of his affection. It is a steady, internal fire. This is the power that dissolves the illusion of a man's projected persona and reveals his authentic self. This is a practice of emotional courage. It requires you to confront your own shadow, that part of you that wants to scream, "Do you even care about me? And why aren't you saying anything?" It is a direct challenge to the wounds of the past that whisper, "If he's silent, he's leaving." You must face these fears and sit with them, recognizing them for what they are. Echoes of an old pain, not the truth of the present moment. By mastering your own reaction, you give him the space to be himself, for better or worse. You are not his emotional caretaker, nor are you his therapist. You are simply a woman holding her ground, allowing the truth to surface. The man who is worthy of you will see this not as a power play, but as a deeply attractive and profoundly grounding quality. He will see a woman who knows who she is, and in her quiet strength, he will find the courage to begin to know himself. This silent practice, this profound act of emotional sovereignty, is a form of shadow work for both of you. For you, it is the confrontation with the fear of abandonment. The deep-seated trauma that whispers your worth is conditional. By not rushing to fill the void, you are healing that wound. You are proving to yourself, not to him, that you are complete on your own. For him, the silence forces him to confront his own male shadow, the part that believes a woman is an object to be won or controlled, the part that fears authentic intimacy because it requires the shedding of armor. His reaction is a direct line to his unhealed past, a window into the man he has yet to become. The man who has been conditioned to see women as a means to an end will panic. He will see your stillness not as a sign of respect for yourself, but as a challenge to his ego. He might become irritable, distant, or even aggressive, because his projected narrative of who he is, the charming, capable suitor, is being dismantled. This is the very essence of Jungian individuation. It is the process by which a person integrates their conscious and unconscious selves, becoming whole. In a relationship, this journey is mirrored. Your authentic self calls to his authentic self. Your quiet strength is a beacon, a challenge to his ego, to either rise to the occasion or retreat into the familiar patterns of the immature male. The man who is ready for a mature, lasting partnership will find your silence compelling, not threatening. He will sense the depth and stability within you and be drawn to it. His actions will demonstrate this shift. Instead of talking one at you, he will begin to talk to you from a place of genuine curiosity and vulnerability. He might confess a fear, share a long-held dream, or simply sit in comfortable silence with you, understanding that a deeper connection is being forged. He is not trying to sell you a fantasy, he is inviting you into his reality, and he is willing to explore yours. Remember the words of Epictetus: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The silence is not happening to you. It is a space you are deliberately creating. Your reaction, or more accurately, your non-reaction, is the key. The desire to fill the space comes from a place of external dependence. The ability to sit in that space, unmoving, comes from a place of internal freedom. This practice is a form of emotional stoicism. You are choosing not to be swayed by the external, but to be guided by your internal compass. This is not about winning a battle, it is about finding clarity. It is about allowing the truth to surface, whether that truth is beautiful and affirming or painful and revealing. The ultimate goal is not to make him do anything, but to give yourself the gift of clarity, to know whether his intentions align with the kind of partnership you desire. This is a profound act of self-respect. You are telling the universe and him that you will not be a supporting character in his story. You are the author of your own. By holding your silence, you are declaring that you will not accept a half-hearted effort or an empty promise. You are demanding nothing less than a man's full, authentic presence. And in doing so, you are not only attracting a man who is ready for depth, but you are also cultivating the kind of inner peace and strength that makes a man's validation entirely irrelevant. You are moving from a state of need to a state of being. And this transformation is the most powerful attraction dynamic of all. And this is where the final act of emotional freedom unfolds. You have used the silence not as a weapon, but as a crucible. The fire of your self-possession has burned away the dross of his projections, leaving only the truth. Now, you must act on what has been revealed. If he retreated, if he became defensive or accusatory, you have your answer. The silence exposed a man who is not ready for the journey of authentic partnership. He is still in the grip of his ego, his wounds unhealed, his fear of intimacy too great to overcome. This is not a judgment on his worth as a human being, but a clear, undeniable truth about his capacity to show up for you. Your task is not to fix him, to coax him, or to lecture him on his shortcomings. Your task is simply to accept the information and move on with grace and dignity. This is the ultimate act of self-love, honoring the truth and refusing to settle for a relationship that cannot meet you where you are. But what if he leaned in? What if he responded with a newfound vulnerability, a depth of connection that was not there before? Then the silence has served its purpose in a different, even more profound way. It has cleared the air, allowing a new, more authentic dynamic to emerge. He has not proven his worth to you, but rather has been given the opportunity to reveal his true self. This is the foundation of a real partnership, not one built on a fragile fantasy, but on a shared reality of two individuals who are committed to their own journeys of individuation and who are brave enough to meet in the middle. The silence has become a shared secret, a moment of profound intimacy that says, "I see you, and I am not afraid of what I see." The culmination of this journey is not a man, but a state of being. You have learned that your emotional stability is not contingent on the actions of another. You have found your anchor within, a profound sense of self-worth that is unshakable. The fear of silence, of being alone, of not being enough, has dissolved in the light of your conscious awareness. This is the goal of all Jungian work, not to find the perfect partner, but to become a whole person. And paradoxically, it is this wholeness that attracts the kind of partnership that is truly worthy of you. From this point forward, you no longer need to use silence as a tool. It has become a natural part of your existence. You can sit with a man in comfortable quiet, knowing that it is a space of connection, not a void to be filled. You no longer need to analyze his every word or action, because you are no longer seeking external validation. You are simply observing. You are no longer in a state of emotional reactivity. You are in a state of empowered observation. The man who is meant to be in your life will see this not as a coldness or a lack of feeling, but as the quiet, magnetic power of a woman who has become fully herself. She is the embodiment of stillness and strength, a force of nature that does not chase, but simply exists. And in her existence, she draws to her the very things she is meant to have.